Burlington is a hard place to plant a church because people don't know the gospel. They think that Christianity is something that is antiquated. You know, New England's kind of a burnt over area. So everybody kind of carries with them a been there, done that attitude towards the gospel. I named the church Christ Transformation Church for a couple different reasons. First of all, the church is Christ's church, so it made sense to put Christ in the title. He's promised to build his church, and I want him to build this church. And I chose transformation because God displays the power of his gospel by transforming sinners into saints. So it'll be our delight as a church to see Christ in all his glory from all of Scripture. We all, with unveiled face, beholding the glory of the Lord, are being transformed into the same image from one degree of glory to another. That's why I chose the name Christ Transformation Church. Why so close to UVM? Why Burlington? Vermont has very little gospel witness, and it really is a spiritually dark place. Burlington is the least reached and the largest city in Vermont. It's a quaint city. It lies on the shores of Lake Champlain. It boasts great ice cream, Ben & Jerry's, and things like great snowboarding. It has a beautiful view of the Green Mountains. It has a beautiful waterfront, a nice bike path, but there's a dearth of gospel preaching churches. There are some church buildings, but we want to see a flourishing gospel outpost in the Greater Burlington area. And we want to do effective gospel ministry in the city that Barna calls the second most churchless city in the U.S. And we want to preach Christ, and what Barna also says is the fourth most post-Christian city in all of America. We want to see our campus ministry at the University of Vermont, we want to see that campus ministry flourish. We want to see it abound. There are over 14,000 students at UVM, and they don't know the gospel. And so now I'm eager to see a local church planted less than 1 mile away from UVM that can help bolster and strengthen and empower this fledgling campus ministry and make it a great outpost for the gospel. I feel like I've been preparing to plant this church really my whole life. For years, I've longed to give myself to lead Christ's church, to shepherd Christ's church. God's been gracious to give me a wife who likewise wants to lay her life down for the sake of the gospel. And Shannon and I have been active serving the Lord together for over a decade. We work really well together. We share the same convictions. We're on the same page about everything with respect to ministry. And now it feels like the time is just right. I'm thrilled that a number of people from Christ Memorial Church are eager to come to Burlington with us. When we launch Christ Transformation Church, Lord willing in September, we'll be able to localize with 4 or 5 elders. Also, there are between 50 and 60 adults who are interested in bringing their families along as part of the core team that will launch the church. We've got the influence and the willingness to labor alongside me that comes with the Nets ministry. Because Christ Transformation Church will be the training location for future Nets residents, we're excited to be able to train leaders immediately the moment we plant the church. We'll be able to influence all the residents in the Nets program, deploy them to minister the gospel at the University of Vermont, and then, Lord willing, some at UVM will come to Christ and develop as leaders. Perhaps a UVM graduate will come to faith and even enter the Nets program, and then we'll get to send him out to revitalize or plant a church in New England. I'm hoping that you're excited about the opportunity that we have to take the gospel to a place like Burlington. And I'd love for you to support us. I'd love for you to partner with our ministry. We need men and women in churches who are longing to partner with someone like us who's doing gospel ministry in a place like New England, a place like Vermont, an unreached city like Burlington. Would you help us to plant Christ Transformation Church?